It's a gorgeous Saturday for softball on Rocky Top, and so far this season, no one's been able to stop the Lady Vols. Top-ranked Tennessee is battling for a 22nd straight win to start the year today against 17th-ranked LSU, looking to even the series. Hello from inside the broadcast booth here at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. I'm Will Bowling. She's Faith Kane. Faith, Tennessee has the nation's best ERA in the circle, but last night they reminded us that the offense can flex their muscles as well.
Yeah, Coach Weekly wants this offense to be dynamic, which means that she wants them to hit the long ball, but also be able to play the short game as well as run the bases very well. And last night, that's exactly what they did. 7 out of the 9 starters were getting a hit, so it was up and down the lineup. You had Mackenzie Butt in the bottom of the 3rd inning with that 2-run home run. Then Taylon Holly following up with a solo home run an inning later. Overall, just solid all around and explosive in their first game in the SEC.
Yeah, a lineup that only struck out once the entire game yesterday as well. Take a look at some of those numbers. Faith, for you, what did you like about the approach for Tennessee at the plate?
What I mostly loved is they shrunk the zone, so it's so easy against Jaden Heavner to really stretch that zone, expand it. She loves to throw on the inside and outside corner, but once she missed down the white, they took advantage.
LSU will look to even the series with this lineup from head coach Beth Torina. Macy Bajaran, a player to watch in that cleanup spot. 2 of the 4 hits yesterday for the Tigers.
Yeah, she was solid in that lineup. She went 2 for 4, and then all around offensively, LSU struggling.
And they will have to battle against another terrific Tennessee pitcher, Erin Newer, on the mound today. 9-0, .19 ERA. As she stands in the circle facing Jayla Lassiter and starts off with a strike. Carlos Guzman behind the plate today here in Game 2. Scouting reports, Faith, on Erin Newer.
There is no rest when it comes to this pitching staff. She's going to throw in the low 60s, so very similar more to Sage Margetko, but she's going to work up and down. She has great vertical break and has that awesome drop ball as well.
Jayla Lassiter served into right, legging out a single to start the game, and you see what it means to the LSU dugout. 2 pitches in and a base runner for the Tigers.
Well, that's how you want to start out today. That's going to be key, is to get runners on early for LSU. They didn't have anyone go into scoring position yesterday. So just being able to move over one, try to get that momentum back.
Erin Newer outside to the second place batter, Sierra Daniel, who will play second base once again today for the Tigers. 0 for 3 with a strikeout last night. That also ended a 10-game on-base streak. Watches a ball quickly ahead 2-0. Tennessee defensively left to right of the infield, Maddie Rutan, Bella Faw, Ella Dodge, and Emma Clark. In the outfield, Char Lorenz at left, Gabby Leach in right, and the Boise State transfer and leadoff batter, Sophia Knight, patrolling center. Upstairs and 3-0. LSU had 10 straight batters retired by Tennessee pitcher Sage Margetko last night. Did not have a runner reach scoring position and is 1 ball away from having one in scoring position with nobody out. But not on that pitch.
Looking at the LSU offense yesterday, they were so far out in front on that front foot, which just tells you that their timing was off. They were trying to swing hard. When you're struggling against a pitcher, sometimes the best thing to do is start choking up on the bat a little bit. Control the barrel.
And there's ball 4 from Erin Newer to put runners on first and second and no one out for the left fielder, Char Lorenz.
Coach Weekly is going to come out here, make a quick visit. Here's the thing, too. This pitching staff so far this year hasn't really had to face much adversity.
Just the 11th walk of the year for Erin Newer, in this her 11th appearance and 6th start. We did talk about that with Karen Weekly last week at the Tennessee Invitational, where she said, you know, it was a little thing, but all 3 of our starters gave up a first inning run last weekend, and she said there was no panic, there was no flinch. Perhaps a reminder of that from Karen Weekly to her sophomore starter, Erin Newer here. Hey, you've been there before, and you've had a terrific start to the season.
Well, it's important to be able to bounce back, and that's what's tough when you're on a big win streak and you're playing back at home, is just making sure you're able to still bounce back when mistakes do happen, because they are going to happen. This game is a game of failure.
That one bounced in there to the left fielder, Char Lorenz. 1 for 3 last night. Redshirt sophomore from Munster, Indiana, who has reached in 11 straight games. 1-0 misses. And some early trouble here for Erin Newer.
Yeah, she's just missing on that drop ball. She's going to have to bring it up a little bit more, so a later release coming out of her hand.
That's in there for a strike. Fans here always packed in. The Lady Vol Locos are going to be making a lot of the noise you hear today. 2-1 is away and up. 3-1, and the batter that caused Tennessee the most trouble last night, Macy Bergeron, waiting on deck. Three-1 from Newer. It's ball 4. So 10 walks in 37 2/3, but 2 here in the top of the first. The bases are loaded with Tigers for the backstop, Macy Bergeron.
You know, I see Coach Weekly there. She's telling her infield, hey, back up, because she has some power at the plate. Yeah, that's one thing that LSU is very good at, is drawing walks.
And it gets past the catcher, Morrison. Quick throw to the plate, safe. Jayla Lassiter alert to the ball, getting behind Elsa Morrison. And a 20-inning streak of Tennessee pitchers not allowing a run comes to an end today before an out's been recorded.
Yeah, this is uncharacteristic softball right now coming from the pitching staff. Erin Newer just hanging on to that pitch. I love the patience, though, that LSU has when they step up into the box. If I was a hitter right now and I knew I had a pitcher that was struggling, I would keep the bat on my shoulder, probably would not swing until she threw me a strike.
1-1 to Macy Bergeron. This is away. Tennessee had not allowed a run since last weekend against Appalachian State, also in the first inning of a 6-2 Lady Vol victory. As Bergeron fouls one away. So that's 6 straight innings against Appalachian State last weekend. A shutout against Belmont on Tuesday in midweek, a 1-0 victory. A complete game shutout last night from Sage Margetko. That's 20 innings without allowing a run that just vanished. And the count runs full.
In this pitching staff, they're so dynamic. They're also so different. You have Carlin Pickens, who has the speed. You have Erin Newer, who likes to work up and down in the zone. She also has an off speed, but then Sage Margetko just changing speeds on you constantly.
Bergeron staying alive.
It literally is a formula, just a nightmare for hitters, because when you see one and you're like, okay, finally figured it out, right? If they figure out Erin Newer today, then you know they have a couple other pitchers, few other pitchers in the bullpen that can do the same exact thing.
High fly ball, deep center field. Knight going back. This thing is out of here. A 4 spot in the first for LSU. Bergeron, big fly, and the Tigers Strike first with a huge opening frame, and there's still no one out.
Yeah, look at those LSU fans over there. Get on your feet. What a way to start out this inning and bounce back from a tough game yesterday. Bergeron has so much power. Look, that ball is down towards her knee, and she drops that back shoulder, goes and gets it, and just rips it out of here.
Safe to say, a stunned Lady Vol crowd here at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium with big power at the plate here in the form of Tori Edwards. As Dewar misses away. There's a fastball in there.
And it looks like, too, Newer just missing her spots a little bit. You saw Morrison there actually set up on the outside corner, and she threw that one over the plate towards the inside.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The most runs allowed in a game for Tennessee was 2 coming into the day. LSU's got 4, and there's nobody out. And the count runs full. The next pitch will be Aaron Newer's 24th.
And that's a lot of pitches, too, already in the first inning.
Three-2 to Tori Edwards. Stays alive. Tennessee with a pitcher getting loose. That is the freshman Peyton Hardenberger. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good bounce back by Newer with major power at the dish. And the first baseman, Tori Edwards, there's one gone.
Yeah, Newer doing a good job coming back here. But look, she missed her spot. That ball up in the zone kind of looked maybe like a rise ball coming up out of her hand. It's going to be important for LSU today, especially with Newer, who's struggling to find the strike zone. Don't expand it, right? Only swing at those pitches that are in that zone. Allow her, force her to throw to you.
It looks like Tennessee is going to send Maddie Rutan to the bullpen. Bring Mackenzie Butt in, the DP, to play first. And I think put Emma Clark over at third, Faith.
Yeah, making some changes. Probably something they didn't expect to have to worry about this early into the game. But Rutan, she can pitch too. We haven't seen her too often, but this pitching staff is really going to have to come together when you have Carlin Pickens with that arm strain, who's listed day-to-day right now.
Yeah, and that was the update yesterday from head coach Karen Weekly. The update was there was no update. Still day-to-day for Carlin Pickens with that arm strain. She told us earlier this week, good things usually tend to happen with Carlin, but certainly this early in the season, there is no reason to throw her out there too early.
No, and the thing is, too, coming into SEC play, when you play a team 3 times, your entire goal, honestly, should be to win the series, right? You need to win 2 out of those 3 games.
So Maddie Rutan, who had started at third, goes down to the bullpen. She's pitched 6 innings this year. 2-way player and former ASUN Pitcher of the Year at Eastern Kentucky. As Kylie Edwards skies this to center, Sophia Knight charges in, makes the catch, and there's 2 gone. So Maddox McKee will stand in, the right fielder for LSU, who was 0 for 2 with a strikeout last night. Makes her 5th start of the season. Bounces in there, ball 1. I imagine if you're Aaron Newer, that stoppage, even with Maddie Rutan running to the bullpen, it creates another moment for you to stop and think, doesn't it? That's got to be a challenge and a unique one to have a third baseman head down and maybe get ready to pitch.
Yeah, it gives you a break to breathe, but also it kind of gets in your head of like, oh man, they're already planning to replace me? Oh no. You know, you kind of get competitive in the circle and say, no, I don't want to be pulled in this game.
Another short one there up to McKee, stopped by the catcher Morrison. Single by Jayla Lassiter, walks to Sierra Daniel and Char Lorenz. Wild pitch brought home a run and a 3-run shot. Now a hit batter as Maddox McKee wears one, jogs on down to first for a 2-out base runner.
Oh man, Erin Newer just struggling to find the zone today. That ball really getting away from her.
20th time an LSU batter has been hit by a pitch. Setting up Allie Hutchins. The DP today takes a strike.
And Erin Newer just this year, that was only her second hit batter.
Oh, 1 takes a little bit off of it, misses. Allie Hutchins did not start last night as the DP today, making her 20th start this year. 122nd career start for the junior from Paducah, Kentucky. Runner going, throw down to second, got her. Elsa Morrison guns down Maddox McKee, who immediately thought she was safe, as Tennessee gets out of the inning, but not before. A 3-run blast by Macy Bajaron to LSU with 4. Tennessee coming up.
After further review, the call on the field
Back
stands. The runner is out.
in Knoxville, where LSU challenged the play down at second with Maddox McKee thrown out by Elsa Morrison. Call stands as we get a look at just how close this was. And Tennessee ends a 4-run first for LSU.
Yeah, you can see right there. She tries to get her hand, does the swim move to try to get out of there, but the tag still getting put on. I think she got her on the shoulder there and her hand hasn't reached the bag yet. So yeah, I think that's the right call.
So Tennessee comes up in a spot they've not been in all season. Faith, down by more than 2 runs, or even their pitching staff just giving up more than 2 runs. This is the most offense that Tennessee has allowed in a game. What do you think the conversations are like over there in the Tennessee dugout right now?
Well, I think this is an important moment to see what type of fight this team has. Can they battle back? Saw Erin Newer, she was in the circle, you know, a little bit more tight, trying to force some things. That's something that she really struggled with her freshman season. But how can you rally behind her, keep her head up, and then get some runs on the board so she feels a lot more comfortable out there in the circle?
For LSU in the circle, 4 runs of support for the 5th-year righty Tatum Clopton. Started her career at Oklahoma State, originally from Lawrence, Kansas. 109 ERA, terrific numbers, Faith, already this season for her. Last time we saw her, she started and went 5 innings against Nichols last Friday. What do you expect to see from Clopton today?
Well, she's going to go up in the zone. She has that rise ball. She also has a changeup, throwing in the low 60s, so she's more of a spinny type pitcher. She recently just added a drop ball, so that's new to her repertoire, and I think it's so important when one of your best pitches is a rise ball or a drop to be able to throw the other, because when you're able to go up and down, it's tough to hit.
She'll get Sophia Knight to lead off for Tennessee as we take a look at the full lineup from head coach Karen Weekly and the Lady Vols. Mackenzie Butt with the 2-run shot last night. Taylon Holly, the 5th place batter, had a solo shot as well. And a dangerous Tennessee lineup faith that can beat you in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, everywhere is a little bit different. You have at the top of the lineup Sophia Knight, who has the speed, can hit away, can also slap, can drop the bunt, but then you have that power with Mackenzie Butt and Taylon Hawley in there as well. So a lot of different types of threats, which is something that Coach Weekly has really focused on and developed her team around this year.
The Boise State transfer Sophia Knight has led off for Tennessee in every game this year. And she slaps that one foul, just got a little bit under it. LSU defensively, left to right of the infield, Avery Hodge, Kylie Edwards, Sierra Daniel, and Tori Edwards. Charla Lorenz and Maddox McKee on the left and right sides with Jayla Lassiter in the middle. And Macy Bergeron behind the dish. That one slapped right back at the pitcher. Tough play and no chance for Clopton. A leadoff single for the second straight game in this series puts Sophia Knight and her speed on board.
Well, that's tough for Clopton. You have to get your glove on that and stick it out. Sometimes you let those things go so your defense behind you can make them, but she doesn't have that option because Sophia Knight is so quick. So she tried to grab that ball and just bobbled it.
Brings up the dangerous Ella Dodge, second baseman slugger, who was 1 for 3 with a pair of runs scored yesterday. She has reached base in 30 straight games dating back to last season.
She steps into the box and she's so confident. When she takes her swings, it's scary as a pitcher and even on defense.
Upstairs from Clopton. Ella Dodge just settling into this number 2 spot in Karen Weekly's order. As she takes the 1-1. Fast starts have been a trend for LSU this season. It's really one of their strengths. 75 runs in the first 3 innings, now 79 runs in the first 3. They have dominated opponents early on in games and really put the pressure on. And in those first 3 innings, LSU, with the 4 runs they score in the top of the first today, is now outscoring its opponents 79-23. 2-2 from Clopton. Lifted in the air to right. Plenty of room for Maddox McKee, camping under it, reaching up with the sunglasses glaring, and makes the catch for out number 1. So one away now for Elsa Morrison, the freshman.
Yeah, Ella Dodge just getting underneath that one. She has a lot of power. But now we're getting into the real power in this lineup as well.
Elsa Morrison off to an outstanding start to her collegiate career and freshman season. 2 home runs, 19 RBIs for her. That one way upstairs. And the 2 batters with the home runs last night on deck and in the hole for Tennessee. It's Mackenzie Butt and Taylon Hawley. 1-1 to Morrison, fouled right into the on-deck circle. Look alive down there.
Well, one thing Clopton does as a pitcher is she is going to induce those fly balls. So it's going to be really important for Tennessee today when they're up to bat. Try to get on top of that ball. You almost want to hit a laser line drive or try to hit it into the ground.
That one served into left. Great grab by Lorenz. Robbing Elsa Morrison of extra bases, just kept climbing. With the wind blowing out to left, and Lorenz tracked it perfectly.
And this is a tougher play than what she made it look. Lorenz doing a good job following that. You can see she sticks out her glove last second, makes the snag. Ooh, she almost didn't have that, the closer we look at it.
And with Sophia Knight's speed, She would have been running a long way had that got by her. That brings up Mackenzie Butt, starting as the DP today. Came in at first base there at the end of the first inning with Maddie Rutan heading down to the bullpen and Emma Clark playing third. Good breaking pitch in there for a strike from Tatum Clopton.
Yeah, that was pretty.
See the numbers there for Butt, 19 RBIs to those 5 homers. As that one misses low. "80 degrees on a windy Saturday afternoon in Knoxville. A perfect day in East Tennessee. Breaking pitch misses upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike to Mackenzie Butt.
Yeah, she's able to keep that low in the zone. That's going to be a tough adjustment to make as well because it's so deceptive because she is so powerful off the mound and very aggressive that when she throws that changeup, it just comes out nasty.
Yeah, really well placed pitch there from Clopton. Runs the count full with 2 away here in the first. That's ball 4. So Tatum Clopton's 7th walk issued this season gives Tennessee a pair of 2-out base runners and a runner in scoring position for the dangerous left fielder Taylon Holly. Start to feel this place kind of warm back up a little bit now as Lady Vols fans recognize the opportunity here to cut right into that lead.
Yeah, they were quiet there for a little bit.
And that's something you often say about this place as well. Such outstanding softball fans and an outstanding team to root on this year. That's in there for a strike. Good pitch by Clopton. How will she give maybe a different look compared to Jaden Heavner last night for LSU?
Well, Heavner really works inside, outside, throws that curveball quite a bit, and then you're going to have Clopton who comes in and likes to throw low or high in the zone. So she uses that rise ball, but she also uses that rise ball in multiple different spots. So she'll move it down in the zone as well, more for a strike. And then she's working on that drop ball too. Won't see it as much, but it'll still be there.
2-1 to Taylon Holly. Left side. Shortstop Kylie Edwards on to first, and that retires the side. 4-zip LSU after 1 in Knoxville. LSU on top of Tennessee 4-0. 4 runs in the first for the Tigers' faith against Tennessee starter Erin Newer.
Yeah, Newer just struggling to find the zone. She was throwing pitches that were up, out, and then had that chat with Coach Weekly, and then came back Bergeron with the big home run and got LSU on the board right away.
And it will mean a pitching change for Tennessee. Erin Newer is in the dugout after 35 first-inning pitches, allowing a pair of hits and 4 earned. And she will be replaced by Maddie Rutan, who started the game at third. What was the challenge for Erin Newer there in that first inning? What wasn't working that normally is?
I mean, she usually has that great drop ball and then also that rise ball, and it just was getting out of her hand. I mean, even her off-speed stuff was floating in high, and just nothing really was her best today. And that happens, you know, you're a pitcher, you come in and you may struggle finding the zone.
Avery Hodge, the first batter to see Maddie Rutan. How will Rutan provide a different challenge for the LSU batters?
Overall, she's going to vary speed, so very similar to how we talked about Sage Margetko, where she has that great spin. She has a drop ball. That's going to be her hardest pitch. You see it right there. It just came in at 67 miles per hour. So she also has that rise ball as well, so very spinny, so it'll come and jump right out of the zone too.
Allie Hutchins, the DP in there, gets a fresh count after the caught stealing to end the first. And there's that big looping breaking ball, very similar to what we saw last night from Sage Margetko.
More than anything, when Rutan comes in, she's going to offer some more energy as well. So you saw it right after she threw that changeup. She was like, yes, and you hear it from the circle, and that just changes the momentum, also the energy that your team is feeling too when you're down 4-0.
2-2 to Allie Hutchins. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One batter, one strikeout for Maddie Rutan, the 2024 ASUN Pitcher of the Year at Eastern Kentucky, with a nice first strikeout.
And that's how you take the momentum back when you come right into the game. Look at Rutan. She's excited about that one. That was beautifully placed. A ball off the plate. You're ahead in the count. That's where you want to go.
Third baseman Avery Hodge stands in. 9th place batter today for the Tigers, making her 13th start of the new season. Tries to bunt and squares that right back into the net. Quickly down 0-2. The last time we saw Maddie Rutan pitch in Tennessee Orange, it was February 14th against Florida Atlantic. She went 4 innings that day, allowing 2 hits, no runs, as Avery Hodge perfectly places this right past the glove of Bella Fall. And LSU has a 1-out base runner here in the second.
Yeah, slap exactly where you want to place it. That's the job. That's what you want to do, right over third base. Hodge has got a lot of speed, so I'd expect her to probably take off here in the next few pitches.
Brings up the leadoff batter, Jayla Lassiter, and she does go. Now scampers back to the bag and arrives in time before the throw from Ella Dodge over to Mackenzie Butt.
And part of that read, when you have a lot of speed on the bases, you're looking at what pitch is being thrown. If she can tell that Rutan is coming up with a changeup and going to have that off speed and the ball is going to take a while to get to home plate, she's going to take off, which I am guessing that's what she thought there. She thought she read the pitch well, and she's like, oh, never mind, I'm going to come right back to first.
1-1 to Lassiter. There's that changeup thrown out to second in time. Beautiful strike thrown by Elsa Morrison, the second runner she's gunned down here in the opening 2 innings.
Oh, Morrison behind the plate, such a strong arm. I mean, twice today she's thrown out these LSU runners. They love to take those extra bases, love to steal, and she has been on her toes. She is working it back there.
Got to shout out the tag there as well by Dodge for avoiding that little jump up to the bag. It's way harder than it looks, isn't it?
It is. Coming on over, making that catch, tag, especially when everyone has the new moves this year of swimming, jumping over people to get safe.
Rutan misses just inside there, much to the dismay of the Tennessee audience. Full count pitch to Jayla Lassiter. Breaking ball, froze her for strike 3. Maddie Rutan works around a 1-out single, sees the minimum as we head to the home half of the second inning.
Rutan bringing the energy back for Tennessee, shutting down the LSU offense, knee-buckling changeup, and Tennessee is going to try to get on the board.
In Knoxville as we head to the home half of the second inning, and the Tigers of LSU are trying to break this trend. Faith, they went to Clearwater earlier this season. They lost to some really good teams. They took their lumps. Now they're going to try to get their first ranked win of the season and first win over number 1 in over a decade.
Well, Coach Torina even said it that this is a new team. This is a time there where we can reset coming into conference play. If you watch them out in Clearwater, they struggled defensively. There were some errors. Again, people are kind of playing some new positions this year. So she feels like they're a lot better overall in the circle as well as defense.
Hard hit, loud foul from Gabby Leach, the Tennessee right fielder. Beth Torina there in the dugout. 5 wins away from 600 at LSU. We will talk to her in the top of the 3rd inning, coming up here in just a few minutes. As the 1-1's lifted foul. LSU looking for its first win over number 1 since March 15th, 2015. That was in Gainesville against Beth Torina's alma mater, the Florida Gators. LSU's lost 6 in a row to number 1 ranked foes. They're in a great spot to reverse that today here in the very early innings as Gabby Leach battles here at 2-2. Had to wait on that, misses low, count runs full.
And good eye from Gabby Leach, because that's a pitch that a lot of people want to swing at.
That's lifted. Deep to center, ranging back is Lassiter. She runs out of room, and the Lady Vols get on the board. A towering solo shot from Gabby Leach, and the lead is 3.
Gabby Leach showing off her power. She can do it all. She's a triple threat. Can slap, drop down the bunt, but also she has some power. She says, don't forget about it. She loves that outside pitch. Didn't even fully swing through it, just made contact with the barrel. And she's got Tennessee on the board.
And on a windy Saturday, that is all that it took. A lot of power as that one just kept on climbing. And Emma Clark, who started the game at first and now stations over at 3rd, comes up here looking to keep the line moving. And 2 straight balls for Tatum Clopton. Gabby Leach, the 6th place batter with her 2nd home run of the season. RBI number 15 for a vet that has played a lot of softball in Tennessee Orange and has breathed new life into that dugout and into this stadium. .3-0 to Emma Clark. Well, she thought that was ball 4. Home plate umpire Carlos Guzman disagreed.
See, if you watch that pitch when it comes in from Clopton, why it's so tough and why you think it's a ball is it almost is a really low rise.
Hard hit right back up the middle and a base knock for Emma Clark. A home run, a single, and some momentum for the top-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols with the pitcher, Maddie Rutan, coming up.
And that's the same exact pitch from Clopton, and Emma Clark takes advantage. She let the first one go by, saw it, went after that second.
Maddie Rutan had a productive day at the plate yesterday. Struck out 2 batters in the top of this frame in relief of starter Erin Newer. Rutan has started at 3rd most of the season. 2 for 3 yesterday, and now a meeting on the mound for Clopton and LSU.
Well, you're starting to feel the momentum shift. I'm all about that, right? Vibes and momentum. It does a lot for your team, and I think that's where Coach Torina is coming out, just trying to calm down her staff, calm down her team, see if she can shift it, put a pause.
Jaden Heebner has made her way to the bullpen alongside Cece Kalura, another junior pitcher who we expect to see this weekend. Kalura, San Diego State transfer. Heebner, the terrific sophomore who started last night. 1-0 to Rutan. Hard hit left side. Nice play by Hodge. On to second for 1, to first in time. And a great stretch by Tori Edwards to erase the base runners for Tennessee.
And this defense stepping up big here in SEC play. Avery Hodge doing a good job with that turn, and what a stretch by Edwards over there at first. She's got the splits.
And a first pitch strike to Bella Fall, the 9th place batter. That infield for LSU with 15 double plays turned coming into the weekend near the top of the SEC as Bella Fall sends this one high in the air to left. Ranging back is Lorenz, and a step shy of the warning track. She will make the catch. Tennessee gets a solo homer from Gabby Leach. We hear from Beth Tarina after this. The number 1 Tennessee 4-1 as we head to the 3rd inning. We are joined by the head coach of the LSU Tigers, Beth Tarina, down in the dugout. Coach, Macy Bajeron's up 3rd here in this inning. The big 3-run homer in the 1st. What did you like about that at bat and the way she's performed so far these 2 games?
Yeah, I think she's been just getting better and better every time out here. You know, a little slow start in her world, but this season, but she's been growing and she's been getting better and better. She's like dealt with some injuries off season and some things, and but at no point has anybody in this dugout lost faith in her, man. She's the ultimate Tiger. I think she was born in purple and gold, and you know, if we're going down, we'll go down with that one. She's special.
And Coach, Tatum Clopton really settling in the circle. She's keeping Tennessee's offense at bay. What was the conversation when you went into the circle and had a mound visit?
I just thought she got put on her heels a little bit by the home run and just needed to go back to being herself and attacking people. You know, they do a great job here. It's a tough place to play, as many of the places are in the SEC. So, you know, if something happens, you just got to still go back out there and throw punches and be yourself. So she's a matchup we wanted today, and she's doing a nice job.
Coach, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Beth Tarina, the leader of the Tigers. 2, 3, and 4 up in her lineup. Sierra Daniels, Char Lorenz, and Macy Bajeron, who she says was born in purple and gold. And she's put the purple and gold up by 3 here through the opening 2 frames. Sierra Daniels stands in. She walked and scored in the 1st. Second batter, second baseman as well. Maddie Rutan works for her 2nd frame here for Tennessee. How hard is that? 2-way player. You start at 3rd. That's got to be a challenge preparing for SEC pitching and SEC hitting all at the same time.
It's tough. It really is a mind shift. So that's why you hear about having POs a lot, pitchers only, because that's all they have to think about. But when you're doing a bunch of different other positions and pitching and also hitting, you kind of have to leave hitting in the dugout if you struggle, right? And then you're able to bounce back and get right back in the circle. But we're seeing 2-way players more and more in college softball. You have Jordy Fromm, you have Nyjah Kennedy. Like, a lot of these players are playing multiple positions, and they're stud pitchers as well.
Leadoff batter aboard as Daniel walks. And for Rutan, that is her 1st walk issued this season, and this her 7th inning of work. And now a quick meeting for LSU with Char Lorenz, the talented left fielder, now joined by Macy Bajeron. What do you think this conversation is?
Well, I think it's game plan here, because you have Daniel, who's over there at 1st. Is she going to play the short game? Is she going for the big swing? And then I think Tennessee probably just chatting about how they want to play defense on this.
Elsa Morrison has thrown out 2 would-be base stealers today for an LSU running game that leads the SEC with 41 steals this year coming into the weekend. It's been a major strength for a squad that only has 14 home runs this year coming into the weekend as well. That's 14th in the SEC. It's Maddie Rutan. Starts off Lorenz with a strike. And a good pitch there under the barrel. Lorenz brought it back. Probably a strike either way. Oh, 2. Stays alive.
What's nice about having Rutan in the circle too is you trust her on defense. A lot of the times there's a saying, the princess in the circle. That's what we call pitchers, because we want the defense around them to try to take anything away from them that they possibly can, because they just need to focus on pitching. When we have Rutan, who naturally plays third, she can cover a lot more ground than probably what they're used to.
Sure.
So allowing her to get the bunt, like we noticed that over at first base, she was staying back, so Rutan could get that side.
1-2 is hit hard, third base side into the net. And that's why there is a net. Princess in the circle. I feel like she's got to have a crown, right? If she's going to be a princess in the circle somewhere. 1-2 pitch from Rutan. Breaking ball that misses. Appeal down to first for a check swing. And that is Beth Torina down at third base, back where she has been for her LSU career until this season.
She abandoned ship.
That's different. 2-2 pitch is fouled off. We specifically talked with Beth Torina about that in our meeting with her this week, how she had thought about abandoning ship, in her own words. And today, officially, she has abandoned ship.
And she's all smiles over there at third. I saw her backing up further out there. Yeah, I think she's having some fun out there, getting some laughs. And what a pitch by Rutan.
Third strikeout from Rutan in relief, who is giving Tennessee some much-needed safety and stability in the circle today.
Yeah, she's bringing that energy. She's hitting her spots. I love how she's able to work that off speed as well. It's just floating in there right at the knees.
Last time Macy Bergeron was up, this is what she did. A 3-run blast that right now is the difference in this game.
Got a pitch low in the zone, and she took advantage. Roped it out to center field.
1-0 looped in there by Rutan, evening the count.
And she's going to get a lot of off speed, and it's because of what she just did in her last at bat.
The 1-1. That one away.
I want to go back here a little bit to Coach Torina over at third. For coaches that do this, a lot of the time it's because they have some superstitions. They say, oh, you know, my offense is going to hit better because I'm over here. And so maybe that's why she abandoned ship, said I'm going to go over there instead of focus on the pitchers.
Hard hit to center, right at Knights, who makes the comfortable catch. 2 away now for Tori Edwards. Well, the superstition is working today for Beth Torina and her LSU Tigers.
Hey, whatever you need to do.
Tori Edwards, the first baseman. Good pitch right there on the black. 67 on the radar gun. Edwards 0 for 4 so far in this series. She struck out swinging to Erin Newer in the first inning. Big home run cut, 0-2.
Ah, and look at that pitch from Rutan. That's a rise ball out of the zone, and she goes right at the eyes.
One strike away from getting out of the inning. Not that pitch. Sierra Daniel, who walked to lead off the inning, standing over at first. LSU offense that has already doubled the run total of the team that had scored the most runs on Tennessee this year. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fourth strikeout in 2 innings for Maddie Rutan. She's fired up as the Lady Vols look to build more momentum. We are headed to the home half of the third. Tennessee down by 3. It's been beautiful here over the first couple of days of this series and around the conference. It always does sneak up on you, doesn't it, the beginning of conference play?
It's exciting, though, because you've probably been traveling here in the non-conference play, and you get to play at home. It just means more.
That's
I don't
right.
really know how else to explain it.
See the wind there, and also the SEC representatives, including the purple and gold of the LSU Tigers. There's a base knock for Sophia Knight, her second of the day already. Sophia Knight hitting over 600 this season when leading off innings, and continues her excellent start to the year. The SEC is everywhere in the top 10. It just means more ranked teams right now in this conference.
Yeah, every single weekend is going to feel like postseason type play. You really don't get a break. And then also these teams matching up with good teams during the week too. Usually those are the games where, it's kind of let's get more people in and rotation. But you have Tennessee who's playing Duke, right, in a midweek game. So keeping that competition high all the time.
Ella Dodge standing in. She flew out to right her first time up. Way out of the zone there. Quickly ahead 2-0. This is the part of the Tennessee lineup that did damage yesterday. The top four in the Tennessee order. 5 for 11, 3 runs, 4 RBIs. There's a base knock from Dodge. Knight taking the turn, going to third, and now they've got Dodge in a rundown. Edwards left to throw back to third, and both runners are safe. Maybe not the way Karen Weekly would have drawn it up, but a dream start to this third for the Tennessee Lady Vols.
And you see Coach Weekly happy about that one. And you may say, oh, Ella Dodge making a mistake here, but this is what she wanted. She knew Sophia Knight had a lot of speed coming over by third. So when she gets in this pickle, it gets all the attention on her rather than Knight. And Knight has a chance to possibly get into a pickle over here or score a run. So she wanted to do that and stay in that as long as she possibly could.
And Beth Tarina is out from the dugout. It looks like we're going to see our first pitching change for the LSU Tigers. Big spot here with Elsa Morrison, the catcher, coming up in the 3-hole. As we wait to see who the next pitcher will be. And there is our answer. Cece Calora will get ready to come in for the LSU Tigers. We'll tell you about her when we come back. Vols in scoring position here. A leadoff single for Sophia Knight, and then this play a moment ago from Ella Dodge. A single into right, Faith, and then some heads-up base running.
Yeah, trying to get into that pickle so that Sophia Knight can possibly make it home, and such good base running right here. And LSU doing exactly what they're supposed to do. I mean, you can't be upset with that at all. You just have two people with a lot of speed.
And so that brings in a new pitcher for LSU, Cece Salora, a junior from Glendale, California, who started her career at San Diego State, making her 8th appearance of the season, an ERA of 3 and 30 1/3, 12 strikeouts, 7 walks. What's the scouting report on her?
Well, she's got more speed than probably what we'll see from Clopton. She's going to throw in the high 60s. She's also got a drop to both sides of the plate, and she's just got a ton of experience, so she knows what it's like to come into a stadium like this in Knoxville with runners in scoring position. She's going to go right after these hitters.
She will start with Elsa Morrison, the talented Tennessee catcher. Sophia Knight standing at third, Ella Dodge at second, Tatum Clopton watching on from the front rail of the dugout. Elsa Morrison, according to head coach Karen Weekly, a fantastic athlete, one of the top volleyball players in the Knoxville area at Farragut High School. Watches a fastball low there to start her off. Last weekend, 6 for 13, 3 doubles, 7 RBIs. She evened up the score after an early deficit against App State last weekend. Looking to even up the score here with a big fly to potentially tie this game after a first inning that was dominated by the LSU Tigers. 2-0 from Salora. Hard hit, up the middle, base hit. In to score is Knight. Around third is Dodge. She'll touch the plate. Down to second, Morrison. It's a brand new ball game. A 2 RBI single, and still nobody out in the third.
Wow, this team does not quit. Morrison stepping in when you have a new pitcher. That's that drop ball on the inside corner. And the thing that Morrison does so well is she stays inside the ball. Her swing is very simple. She has those super quick hands. You saw it, she put that toe down, brought her knees, or swing through. And look at Tennessee on the board early.
So Clopton credited with those 2 earned runs. Finishing with 2 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a walk and no strikeouts. Even when Tennessee has gotten out, Faith, they have made contact. Still just 1 strikeout for the Lady Vols from game 1 last night to game 2 today.
Yeah, they're still being aggressive at the plate. They're making contact. LSU's defense, honestly, has been stud like today. And I thought Clopton, who started this game for LSU, I thought she was doing a decent job. We saw quite a few flyouts a little bit coming from Tennessee, but that's really all you can do as a pitcher with an offense that's crushing it like Tennessee right now. They're seeing the ball well, they're seeing it like beach balls, and they're making contact. You gotta let your defense work.
2-0 to Mackenzie Butt, who had a big home run last night in the 5-0 Tennessee win. Skies this one foul. Now Tennessee, since 2023, has just been excellent when getting 3 runs. You see the numbers there, 151-9 since 2023 when getting to that magic number, 3. Again, we've said this a lot, Faith, this weekend. That's one of those stats that's just not normal, is it?
No, absolutely not.
It's the kind of tradition Karen Weekly has had here on Rocky Top. Hard hit left side, but foul. Good bounce back from CC Salora, the most experienced pitcher on the LSU staff. Running the count full. Three-two. That doesn't feel good.
No, absolutely not. Especially with her power and how hard she hits the ball. It looks like maybe it was more on her shin.
Talking to hitting coach Craig Snyder in his 2nd season here in Knoxville. Mackenzie Butt will stand back in. This year's Mountain West Freshman of the Year. One of 2 former Boise State Broncos in this Tennessee lineup. Takes a ball. So Tennessee now has the go-ahead run on base with still nobody out, and Taylor Holly in a big spot, just like she was last night when she delivered.
Yeah, on that outside, look at her swing. It is so big, and the bat flip, bringing the energy. So she's got the power too. Someone you have to be careful when throwing to.
So the lefty freshman stands in with her classmate Morrison down at 2nd, and that foul off the bunt attempt got Bergeron.
I know those don't feel very good either.
No. It takes a special kind of person to be a catcher.
I completely agree. As someone who pitched,
Yeah.
I know catchers do not get the love that they deserve because they have to take on a lot. They have to deal with pitchers who are normally head cases and also catch things like that, take balls off of bats. And they just are workhorses back there.
Looked like he got a little piece of the home plate umpire, Carlos Guzman, as well. So Tay Holly in a big spot here. See if she tries to bunt again. Pulls it back. Good eye. 1-1.
See, and this is why Coach Weekly is so good with her offense. We just showed Taylon Holly, who hit a home run yesterday. You expect her to step up to the plate. She's probably going to swing away, right? No, she's going to drop down a bunt. And that's what Coach Weekly does.
That's what she does. The third baseman Hodge on to first. Job done. Productive out for Taylon Holly. And that brings up Gabby Leach, who homered her last time up with a chance to give Tennessee the lead.
Yeah, perfect bunt, sacrifice. Did your job.
Morrison at third, but at second, Leach at the dish. Serenaded by the Lady Vol Locos. A 1 from Salora. Hard hit into the net.
And Leach loves that outside corner. Anything that she can kind of throw that bat at and try to take it to the left side, that's where she loves to work.
0-2 pitch. Watched it inside, 1-2. This is power on power right here, isn't it? Power pitching against power hitting.
Leach is a mix of it. She's got the power hitting, but then we just saw her there. She went for the slap. So she really can do it all.
Slaps at that one and fouls it right off the dish. Staying alive, 70 miles an hour out of the hand of CC Salora.
And you even see that outfield right now. Everyone shifted a little bit to the left, but you also see McKee over in right field. She's not quite as shifted as normal when you play a slapper.
That one short to the catcher. Bergeron can't get the tag. RBI single for Gabby Leach. Her last one cleared the fence. This one just went a couple feet, but both hits bring home Tennessee runs. Tie ball game here in the third for top-ranked Tennessee.
Schuler had the game plan that the second that ball was in the dirt, she was going home. Bergeron, as a catcher, sometimes in moments like that, you have to stay back at the plate and have your defense, your pitcher, or your third baseman come in and try to make that play. And for that exact reason why, because you have a runner at third who's going to come straight home. It's a tough call to make based on where it's hit. Again, one of those is almost like a swinging bunt. There's not much you can do with it.
That brings up Emma Clark with a chance to give Tennessee its first lead after trailing 4-0 in the first inning. Again, if you're just joining us, a 3-run bomb from Macy Bergeron hung a crooked number as that one was scalded towards the first base side. Look alive down there. 0-2 quickly here for CC Salora, who took over here in this inning for the LSU starter, Tatum Clopton. Oh, 2 to Clark. Lifted foul. Emma Clark started the day at first base. When Maddie Rutan went in the bullpen to get ready to pitch, she moved over to third. 0-2 pitch, grounded left side. Hodge throws on to first. Great play by the third baseman, keeping the runner at third and getting Emma Clark in time. There's 2 away.
Yeah, Hodge doing a really good job with this. Being at third, sometimes the shortstop will come up and make that play, but she knew she had to cut it off because there was a runner over at third. She gave her a look and went straight to 1.
So Leach does get down to second. So a single from Maddie Rutan could bring home 2 big insurance runs that she'd like to have when she goes back in the circle. Rutan grounded into a double play her last time up. 1-0 pitch, this time grounded off her foot. Maddie Rutan has been supplying a lot of energy for Tennessee in the circle. She's put a charge into some softballs this weekend in the batter's box. This one, a little spinner, little bounce foul, and everybody will go back where they just were. Leach down there at second after her RBI single tied the game. Mackenzie Butt over at third after she walked. 8th batter of the inning on deck for Tennessee. This is number 7. That one's lifted. Right center. Tracking over. Can't get there. McKee. To the wall it goes. 2 runs for Tennessee. A 5-run third gives the Lady Vols the lead.
Oh, Rutan with the shimmy. She's doing it all today in the circle, also at the plate. That ball down in the zone, doesn't even fully swing through it. You can actually see that she's out on her front foot, but just enough to make contact. McKee, I love the effort out in right field. You have to do that when this is a tie game, and also you're going towards your center fielder. You know she's gonna have your backup, but Rutan, woo! Tennessee is back in this game.
Bella Faw up to the dish. And this is the 9th batter. My mistake for Tennessee, so everyone has had a turn here in a 5-run third for 21-0 Tennessee. As Faw fouls it back, quickly down 0-2. What a response, Faith, for a Tennessee team playing in a situation it's just not been in all season and in a building that was as quiet as it has been all season.
Yeah, not many times do you see Tennessee down 4-0 with their pitching staff. And I was ready too. I was thinking, how are they going to bounce back?
Right.
What's the fight that this team has? And they're showing the SEC and everyone else in the softball world that we do have fight. We're willing to come back. We can do it on offense too. Our pitching staff doesn't have to carry us through.
Foul down by Bella Faw. Already 30 pitches for CC Solora, who came in relief here in this 3rd inning. Faw flew out deep to left back in the 2nd. The chance to add more. She will. Into left. Around third runs Rutan to the dish. Tennessee tacks on the extra point as Bella Faw delivers.
Bella Faw. Looks like she almost hit the ball, maybe jammed at the handle or off the end of the bat, but got her hands up and kept through it nicely. This is, though, where I would love LSU to communicate even more, because you could tell when Lorenz got that ball, she didn't know where to throw it. Was she going to throw home? Was she going to throw second? That's where your defense needs to communicate with you, and especially important for your catcher, Bajaran, to yell either 4 or go 2.
So Bella Faw at first, and the leadoff batter, Sophia Knight, at the dish. Shows bunt, pulls it back, 2-0. Knight started this inning with a single. Now gets her 2nd turn here in the 3rd inning. Knight watches a strike.
And what I love about this Tennessee offense too right here is they've been able to put up 6 runs, and they've done it all by passing the bat.
Hard hit. Shot to third. Hodge, beautiful work with the leather. Throws on to first to retire the side. A 6 spot for Tennessee in the 3rd inning. We'll talk to the head coach of the Lady Vols, Karen Weekly, for a fired up Tennessee team. Back on top by 3. In Knoxville, Tennessee up 7-4 on LSU after 6 runs in the 3rd, as we are joined by the head coach of the Lady Vols, Coach Karen Weekly. Coach, what did you like about your team's approach there in that 6th run 3rd inning?
You know, everybody just was having a good at bat, finding a way to get on, finding a way to move runners, and just pass the bat, and score in a lot of different ways. And that's kind of our trademark.
Well, Maddie Rutan did it on offense, now also in the circle. How has she just been able to change the energy in the circle, and what have you liked out of her?
Well, you see how passionate she is when she plays, and it's a lot of fun to watch her today. And when she went in, I was really excited for her. She hasn't thrown in a while, but she's a competitor, and you want to see competitors get out there and compete. So really proud of what she's doing and how she's, holding LSU down for us.
Coach, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Karen Weekly joining us at a good time after 6 runs for her team in the 3rd. Maddie Rutan back in the circle, ready to see 6, 7, and 8 in the LSU order. Karen Weekly will go from our conversation to talk with home plate umpire Carlos Guzman. Get you that defensive change here in just a moment. So Maddie Rutan already, Faith, has so much energy in the circle. Is it hard to then lock back into pitching, because that was a long inning for her to be a hitter, and now after a long break she's back in the circle here again?
I always loved the opportunity as a pitcher to go hit and then also pitch. Yes, I was like, all right, let's calm down a little bit. Had to take a breath, but you get to help yourself out on offense, and then you get to shut it down on defense with great pitching. When you're doing well at both, honestly, they can go hand in hand. It's when one struggles and you got to refocus that can be tough.
Little excuse me check swing there from Kylie Edwards. Dribbles over to Mackenzie Butt, steps on the bag. 1 up and 1 down for LSU here in the 4th. That brings up Maddox McKee, who was hit by a pitch and caught stealing in the 1st. 4 straight sat down by Maddie Rutan, who came into this game for Aaron Newer. Oh, 1 fouled back. Been a while since Maddie Rutan's pitch, like we talked about, but she has so much experience in the circle. And she delivers the 0-2. Breaking ball freezes McKee. Strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Maddie Rutan, who's got that breaking ball working today.
Oh, man. That is such a tough pitch to hit, and if you do make contact, you're going to have to provide all the power. You got to sink in those knees to be able to hit it, and just freezing hitters right now.
Just misses there to Allie Hutchins, who struck out her first time up. So this is the first time that LSU hitters will see Maddie Rutan for a second time. As the 1-0's fouled back. What adjustments need to be made to what she's doing well?
Well, you got to go into the batter's box and know that she is coming with the hard stuff, but she also has that nasty off speed. She's usually throwing it later in the count, so I would be aggressive. If I came up to the plate, know that you want to swing at probably the first couple pitches so she doesn't start messing around with you with that off speed. But also, you got to pick a pitch. Maybe your goal is, okay, I want the off speed. Sure, because she's leaving it up there, right? Or maybe it's to go after her drop ball. You have to pick one, pick a side of the plate, and if it's there early, hack at it.
2 balls, 1 strike to Allie Hutchins, the DP. That one just missed. 3-1. Fans were already applauding. It's that big cement mixer that's really challenged LSU hitters both yesterday with Sage Marjetko and today with Rutan. Dials up the speed there to work the count full.
Yeah, and usually when you see LSU face pitchers who have a pretty good off speed, they're usually really aggressive in their first couple of pitches. There's actually been times where they've taken some meetings just to slow it down, and what a pitch by Rutan on the outside corner.
Strikeout number 6 for Maddie Rutan, who's got it all working for the Tennessee Lady Vols. Home half of the 4th, Rutan in the circle at the plate, providing the spark for number 1 Tennessee. Tennessee by 3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning in Knoxville. Great to have you with us on a gorgeous Saturday at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. Will Bowling and Faith Kane with you. Tennessee in that 3rd inning, 6 for 8, 6 runs. And what a display of patience, but also a lack of panic, Faith, for Tennessee, who trailed 4-0 in the 1st inning of this game.
Yeah, Coach Weekly said it. She said that everyone is doing their job. They're having productive at-bats. Even their outs are being productive. So you have the sack bunt that was able to get runners in scoring position.
Hard hit ball from Ella Dodge, scooped up by Sierra Daniel, thrown on to first. 1 up, 1 down.
And it was the top of this lineup that really got things going. Sophia Knight and then Ella Dodge following her up right after that.
And to that base running play, right, of Ella Dodge with a single, taking a not just big turn, but a sprint to second, forcing a rundown that could get Sophia Knight to run home. It forced the throw to third. It allowed Dodge to still get into second. If that play goes differently, if even just 1 out is recorded, it might change the entire inning. It's the margin that Karen Weekly is looking for. That's Tennessee softball in her own words.
Yeah, just trying to do it on all perimeters, right? Being able to run bases well, play the short game, hit the long ball. We're seeing it where even her home run hitters are having to drop the bunt down, and that's not something that's usual for a lot of teams. So she's willing to have everyone step up in a different way and play their role.
906 OPS this year for her freshman catcher, Elsa Morrison. Karen Weekly raves about her. Carlin Pickens there watches on in the dugout with the rest of her teammates. What's been a Herculean comeback right at the third baseman Hodge, that time off the bat of Morrison. 2 up and 2 down here for Salura in the 4th.
Salura doing a good job too, coming into this circle and just going right after these hitters. Sometimes when you have an inning where you struggle against a team, that's not always the case.
Butt watches along the corner. Mackenzie Butt has walked twice in this game. She scored back in that 6-run 3rd. 3 walks already in the series for her after she went 1 for 2 with a homer and 3 RBIs yesterday. A little check swing that bounces that one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's the wind that is blowing out of this park. We're on a windy, blustery Saturday. Won't matter for this play, though, as Hodge scoops, throws in time. The side retired in order. We played 4 innings at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. In Faith, it's been a game of big innings, starting with a 4 spot for LSU in the 1st.
Yeah, LSU starting out strong. Aaron Newer struggling in the circle, but it was Bajeron who came up with the big home run, but then Tennessee bouncing right back.
6 runs in the 3rd inning. Big RBIs from Elsa Morrison, Maddie Rutan, Bella Fall after Sophia Knight led off with a single. She got to bat twice in the inning, and it totally flipped this game on its head. 7-4 for Tennessee through 4. And Maddie Rutan, who has pitched 3 very solid innings of relief, continues in the circle here against the 9-1-2 batters for LSU.
Instantly, right when she got into that circle, she started changing the momentum. She brought the energy. I love how she is out there. I mean, you see the white-black, let's call it, right on her cheeks. She just has that intensity, and I love it.
1-0, slapped right back to her. Rutan, routine throw to first. 1 away. And that is the benefit, like we talked about earlier, of a pitcher that is going to be one of the best at fielding her position, because she typically plays third base for Tennessee.
Yeah, she knows how to get that glove out, make that play. You're even going to notice it with Tennessee when they play defense with her in the circle. They're not going to have Mackenzie Budd over at first be in front of that bag. They're actually going to allow Rutan to cover that entire side, and that's because she knows how to do it. She can do it. She plays third.
Leadoff batter Jayla Lassiter to the plate. She singled and scored in the first, struck out looking in the second. Watches inside for a 2-0 advantage in the count. And that last inning for Tennessee at the plate was the first clean inning with no traffic that LSU pitching has had in this series, as Lassiter puts a charge in a 1, hits the scoreboard, and cuts into the lead for LSU. A solo shot for Jayla Lassiter, her second, and some momentum swings back to the Tigers, down by 2.
She came around third and she looked at her team and she said, let's go. That's what you want to do. What a great adjustment on this, because that's that off speed, and that's what I mean by picking a pitch. You come up there and you say, do you want Rutan's hard stuff or you want her slower stuff? And if you're going after her off speed, then you wait for it to float in and you rip it, and that's what Lassiter did. Great adjustment at the plate.
Rutan had sat down 7 straight. First pitch swinging Sierra Daniel into the Bermuda Triangle. Caught by Sophia Knight, and 2 quick outs despite the solo shot for Rutan here in the 5th.
And LSU is still in this, only
Absolutely.
down by 2. That's something we can't forget either.
LSU 13-0 this season when scoring first as well. As this one's lifted to left, Char Lorenz, a no-doubter. And at the snap of a finger, it's a 1-run ball game in Knoxville.
Both Lorenz and Lassiter, what they did so well is they're aggressive in their first couple pitches against Rutan. That's when you want to swing on her so she doesn't mess with you too much. Lorenz, that's an inside pitch that she just turned on and instantly knew it. She put her hand up. LSU has got some power and they're showing it off.
And Tennessee will make a pitching change. And listen to this ovation for Maddie Rutan. New pitcher on for Tennessee. We'll tell you about it coming up next. 2 runs for LSU in the 5th, chases Maddie Rutan out of the circle, back to third base where she started the game. Meaning Erin Newer will take over once again in the circle. Rutan, though, terrific for Tennessee here so far today.
Yeah, she changed the momentum, got Tennessee back into this game offensively and defensively. And I think this is a great opportunity for Erin Newer. When she came out into this game, she struggled in that first inning, couldn't find the zone, probably reset, may have thrown a little bit in the bullpen, and starting to feel a lot more better and calm out in that circle.
Macy Bergeron had that 3-run homer in the first. This one's lifted to center, but a lazy pop fly for Sophia Knight will retire the side. 2 runs on 2 solo homers. Jayla Lassiter and Char Lorenz give us a 1-run game. Here as we head to the home half of the 5th at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. CC Salora continues in the circle for Beth Torina's LSU Tigers. Allowed 4 earned, 4 hits, 1 walk, just 1 Tennessee strikeout in this series so far. Faith, an interesting decision now for LSU and Beth Torina against Karen Weekly's lineup. How long do you stick with CC Solora here? You still maybe have Jaden Heavner available after what she did last night.
You have to imagine that you have a tight leash on Solora. The second maybe a couple hits happen right here, I probably would make a change pretty quick. Maybe you go back to Heavner. Also, you have the option of going to Monticelli, who we haven't seen in this series so far. So quite a bit of options, but I have to imagine she's on a tight leash.
Taylon Holly, the first Tennessee batter to greet her here in the 5th. Holly with a sac bunt that kept the line moving and set up Tennessee for a big 6-run third. She grounded out as well back in the 1st.
I think Coach Torina, too, is trying to, or hoping that she can get through at least one more time through this lineup. So she's seen the top, but at least get through the 9 to Bella Faw.
Two-1 to Taylon Holly. That's lifted in the air. Left center field, way back and gone. Taylon Holly almost hit her picture on the scoreboard. 2 SEC games, 2 SEC homers for the freshman. And Tennessee leads by 2 again.
Holly does not play like a freshman. She's got that swing. She's got the confidence, calm, collected every time she steps into the batter's box. Pitch again on the outside corner. That's the exact same spot she took one out last night. And LSU decided to go right back to it. And Holly just knocking it back right where she did yesterday.
Taylon Holly with a shimmy. After her second SEC home run and her second ever SEC game. And you mentioned it may be a short leash on Solora. You are exactly right. LSU goes back to its bullpen, trailing again by 2 in a shootout here in the 5th inning. So it will be Peyton Monticelli taking the circle. We'll be right back. Out of the circle, back into the dugout. Pitch number 48, a solo shot for Taylon Holly. We talked about the decision in the circle and maybe how quickly things would have to change if there was more trouble. And that brings us to Peyton Monticelli, who now stands in for LSU.
I was actually surprised that they didn't bring in a new pitcher at the start of this inning. Solora had struggled throughout that one inning where Tennessee put up 6 runs. So I knew she was probably going to be on a short leash. Right now, LSU has the momentum. They want to keep that momentum. So try to get something maybe fresh out there, but Monticelli coming in.
Take a look at the numbers for Peyton Monticelli, the senior from Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Pitched at Oklahoma a season ago. In her first year here in Baton Rouge. She's been good for them this year as she gets ahead on Gabby Leach with a big swing and a miss.
Yeah, so she's been a part of top programs all around the country. She throws in the high 60s, also up in the zone.
1-2 is fouled back.
What's so tough about these pitchers who like to throw up in the zone, so she has a rise ball, fastball, also that off speed, but when you throw up in the zone and you have the wind that is flying out, it's dangerous. It's risky because anytime a hitter gets a piece of that, it's going to go over the wall.
Gabby Leach, hard hit right side, past the diving glove of Daniel for a base hit. Have a day, Gabby Leach. Pair of RBIs, 2 hits, now a third here in the 5th. Still with nobody out.
Gabby Leach just having a day at the plate. That big home run, and then she's able to turn on one and take it to the right side.
So Emma Clark will stand in. She started the day at first base, moved over to third when Maddie Rutan went in the circle. Then she moved back over to first. when Aaron Newer came in for the final out of that top half of the inning. Clark singled in the second, grounded out in the third. Good pitch from Peyton Monticelli. 0-2. You mentioned the Oklahoma experience. Peyton Monticelli has also represented Great Britain last year at the European Championships, born in Lakenheath, England. Played 2 seasons at Oklahoma. Her freshman year was at Wisconsin in 2023. Led the Badgers as a freshman with 82 strikeouts, 9th most by a Wisconsin freshman. Played a lot of good softball. Good late swing there by Clark to stay alive.
So she understands the pressure, knows what it's like to play in the SEC, has a lot of experience, level-headed. She's someone more that's in the circle that, yes, may not be jumping up and down, but she's going to be calm, cool, collected, which in a situation like this, that's probably what you need.
Hard hit, Emma Clark to left, off the wall. Around second runs Leach, and now she'll scurry back and stop there. A loud single from Emma Clark, who left a dent in the fence. 2 on, nobody out for Maddie Rutan.
You heard the whole crowd take a deep breath during that one. That pitch up in the zone again. That's the rise ball that Monticelli is going to bring you. And Clark doing a good job of keeping her hands high and taking it to the left side.
2 on, nobody out. Maddie Rutan squares to bunt, pulls it back, watches a ball.
See, and I love this, that Coach Weekly says every single one of my hitters are going to know how to bunt. You have no idea how many times in college they're like, I'm a power hitter. I don't bunt. Maddie Rutan, who just hit that double earlier in this game, now she's coming in. I'm going to drop down a bunt because that's her job. She wants to move over these runners, get them into scoring position. So then it allows Bella Faw to come up behind her and hit those runners in.
1-1 to Rutan. This one's bunted straight up and caught by Hodge. And a big first out in the inning for Monticelli and LSU.
Now that's what you don't want to do in a situation like that. Getting a bunt down is so important. Rutan, she came in, she was too squared, had that bat too flat. And especially when you have a pitcher who throws a rise ball, you have to get on top of it. It's really easy to pop up a bunt with a rise ball pitcher.
Tennessee will go to a pinch hitter as McCall Sims will stand in. She pinch hit last night, was 0 for 1. 0 for 2 last weekend against Penn State and North Carolina Central. Coming in a big spot here with leadoff batter Sophia Knight waiting in the wings. Sims, a freshman from Martin, Tennessee. It's part of the depth you talk about when you speak about this Tennessee team. Not only makes the lineup decisions hard for Coach Karen Weekly, also helps you in a spot like this when you like a different matchup or you maybe like the perspective that someone's gained on the bench. A little bit of extra time to go over the scouting report, maybe see the game from a little bit of a different perspective.
Yeah, McCall just being called into this pinch hitter situation for the last couple games. It's going to be a huge experience for her, right? First SEC game, and you have the crowds, everything else, but that depth, it helps Coach Weekly so much. I mean, she even said it where outfield is a big spot right now that has a lot of depth. And one day, Sophia Knight woke up not feeling the greatest, and she goes, you know what? No worries. We'll put Savia Morgan right out there.
3-1 slapped foul from McCall Sims, a little late on it.
And she says she feels really comfortable just being able to call on anyone's number and put them in any situation that they need to.
McCall Sims has been very disciplined at the plate this season as well. Has a pair of walks and just 3 recorded at bats. As Tennessee looks to load the bases or more for Sophia Knight. 3-2 pitch. We'll do it again. You can hear just how hard she hit that based on the sound off of the net. Another 3-2. Big cut and a miss, strike 3. And a nice answer here from Peyton Monticelli after the loud single from Emma Clark to put 2 runners on.
And I love that spot from Monticelli. That's that rise ball again, but keeping it lower in the zone so it just misses the bat of Sims.
So the leadoff batter, Sophia Knight, swings and misses. Sophia is hitting .478 with runners on this season, .438 with runners in scoring position, and .474 with 2 outs. And she'll have a quick chat with hitting coach Craig Snyder.
Snyder is someone that has really come in and a lot of his players buying into his philosophy. Coach Weekly says he really focuses on the mentality of each at bat. He doesn't really focus on the mechanics, won't work on that until he starts seeing swings at the plate and he's like, something doesn't look right, that's why you can't hit that or this pitch. But mentality, how you approach every at bat is so important, so he works on the mental game.
Sophia Knight has a pair of singles today and a run scored. Grounded out. Back in the third and her second try in the third. 2 on and 2 out for Tennessee. And a nice eye from Knights. Karen Weekly says Sophia Knight likes to swing away and she's really good at it. Hopes she'll continue to keep it simple. Said she is so forward thinking on what's next as she fouls that one back our way.
And she's done a great job transferring into the SEC. It's a different type of play. Coach Weekly says she's lighthearted, joyful, competitive, just has a lots of tools. And she has a great relationship with her teammates. And that's huge, especially when you're a transfer and you come into a team to be able to mesh. I mean, that's the new name of the game, right, for softball?
No doubt. Sporting a .557 batting average. Fouled back again, just a little under with the barrel on those pitches up high. Tennessee coming into this series having outscored teams 144-10. LSU getting more than halfway to the total Tennessee given up in 21 games, yet still finds itself down 2. Knight slapped left side. Nice play by the shortstop, Kylie Edwards. The underhand toss to Avery Hodge retires the side. 6 more outs for LSU to get 2 runs. It's been an explosion of offense at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium on this Saturday afternoon. 14 runs, 5 home runs, 17 hits, and a lot of home run dances. It's a nice shimmy from Taylon Holly. Everybody's busted a move here today in Summit Blue and in LSU Purple.
It's a home run party for sure. I think the wind helps a little bit, but with how hard some of these hits have been, I don't think they need it either.
LSU's sensational slugger, Tori Edwards, will stand in. She has pop as well after 18 long balls last season. And Edwards, first pitch swinging right at the right fielder, Gabby Leach, who crouches down to make the catch. That's a tricky play with where the sun is, standing in that sun field in right. And maybe one of those two where the ball can kind of blend in with the sun as it travels down into your mid.
Yeah, it's tough. Anytime you're in the outfield trying to make a catch, especially on a line drive, it's tough. You see Gabby Leach with the hat and the glasses.
Brings up Kylie Edwards. So musical chairs at third base, coach. Beth Torina's back in the dugout.
the juju, the, the superstition, whatever works.
There's a fly ball to left center. Tracking over to make the catch. That's Alana Leach for Tennessee. And a really nice grab right in front of Sophia Knight. Crisis averted there as Alana Leach got it right before she collided with her center fielder. There's 2 away.
Yeah, you got to have communication when you're out there. The other thing to remember, Alana Leach just got out to left field, so she's coming off the bench, coming cold, having to make that communication super important.
So that's one substitution that Tennessee snuck in there with Alana Leach playing left field. And now LSU will make a change at the plate. This is Ciela Pickett. And this is Ciela Pickett's first career at bat as an LSU Tiger.
I think Coach Torina just says, you know what, we're going to try whatever we possibly can. Who's going to be the one that can step up and get that hit?
Pickett, this is her first SEC at bat as an LSU Tiger, but it ends quickly. One swing and a fly ball to center caught as we head to the bottom of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning as the Lady Vols look to stay in this neighborhood. The final undefeated teams left this season. Alabama getting 2 wins already in SEC play in their opening series. And Tennessee in the 3rd best start in program history, chasing 22-0, chasing 23 and 24-0 as well from the 06 and 07 squads.
Yeah, and one thing you're going to notice too, Alabama, Tennessee on that list, they are ranked 1 and 2 in lowest ERA. So pitching staffs are holding it together for them. Tennessee will see Alabama later this season. So that'll be a fun matchup too.
Absolutely. Ella Dodge standing in, her first try against Peyton Monticelli. So today we've learned that both these teams can certainly hit. That Maddie Rutan is a big-time option for Tennessee in the circle. And that Beth Torina in coaching third base or in the dugout may not be superstitious, but she is a little stitious. Of course, in the dugout, watching her defense out there here in the bottom half of the inning. Good eye from Ella Dodge. Very different game from the one we saw last night. These fans who have made their way to Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. 78 degrees. Sun will start to set here in a little while. Perfect night to watch some softball. Foul ground, left side, long run. Kylie Edwards slides, but can't quite get there. Sets up a really interesting game 3 as well. Tennessee going with Aaron Neward today. Of course, they had Sage Margetko have another complete game shutout yesterday. Carlin Pickens remains day-to-day. As Dodge fouls back the 2-2. And we'll see what other news we get in the coming days on that young lady right there and Carlin Pickens with the arm strain.
Yeah, a lot of people are here to see her throw. I'm sure they're excited to see her back out in the circle, hopefully soon. But when you don't have to use her, I mean, why not? Give her the rest. We're early in SEC play. I wouldn't rush her. You're going to need her down the line in postseason. That's when it matters.
Good take from Dodge, runs the count full. Now, when we talked with Sage Margetko after the game last night, she told us that there's no jealousy. It is purely a team approach at this pitching staff.
Yeah, Coach Weekly even talked about that too, and that's something that is super rare because any three of these pitchers, Pickens, Sage Margetko, Aaron Newer, could go be starters on any other Division I softball team. And when I say that, I also say like top SEC schools, but they have decided to be here at Tennessee, work with Megan Rhodes Smith, great pitching coach, and they've really developed a strong pitching staff.
Elsa Morrison fouls back the first offering from Peyton Monticelli. Yeah, we've spoken a lot about it, the fact that every Tennessee pitcher, not only on this team, but in past teams, has looked a little bit different. Karen Weekly's proud of the fact there's not a cookie-cutter Tennessee type. Elsa Morrison lifts this one to left, tracking back with room. The LSU left fielder Lorenz. A long out for out number one. Brings up Mackenzie Butt, who has walked 3 times this weekend and had a homer last night. You know, talking with Beth Torina about how you match up with the Tennessee pitching staff as well, she made the point to us, it's not that there's only pressure on your hitters. There is pressure on your pitching staff. There is pressure on your defense. The margin for error is so razor thin when you've got Carlin Pickens, but also Sage Margetko, Aaron Newer, Maddie Rutan, and a long list of Tennessee arms.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, when we talked to her, she even was laughing a little bit because she goes, they're just so good.
There is Megan Rhodes Smith, the pitching coach for Tennessee. 1-1 in there. Good location at 69 miles per hour, 1 and 2. One-two to Mackenzie Butt. Lifted to left. Back is Lorenz to the warning track to the wall, making the catch. The softball has a magnet for Char Lorenz's glove here in the 6th inning. 2 loud outs in quick succession for Tennessee.
Yeah, the ball just finding Lorenz's glove. That ball on the inside just got underneath it. Mackenzie Butt did. Thought it could possibly carry out. Lorenz doing a really good job. Fell right back into that wall, trusting it. Made the catch.
And that brings up a new batter for Tennessee, Alana Leach, after making the grab and left just a few minutes ago herself. Will stand in for the first time tonight. Looking to bring in Dodge from first. Big cut on the first offering from Peyton Monticelli. Alana Leach pinch ran last night. Pinch ran earlier in this one as well. Excuse me, that was Zoe Schuler pinch ran earlier as well for Elsa Morrison. As this one's hard hit to left. Forget about it. A long ball from Alana Leach provides the insurance for the Lady Vols.
How cool is that, Will? You just hit a home run, and your sister did earlier in this game. How many times does that happen in college softball? Alana Leach stepping in, your first at bat of the day. Didn't even see one yesterday. And just turned, ripped on this. That's on the outside corner, just like her sister. And loaded up and ripped it.
Alana Leach leaves the yard for the 3rd time this year. And it's Tennessee by 4. And here is the aforementioned Gabby Leach standing in. Not only does Alana Leach now have 3 home runs, all of them are against ranked teams as well. Florida Atlantic and UCLA, the other teams to watch a Leach long ball leave the yard.
I think it's so cool that she's able to play with her sister. They're able to play together and then go back to back, both of them having a day. I mean, 3 for 3 for Gabby today.
You asked the question, how many times have two sisters had homers in the same day? I wonder how many times two sisters have had back-to-back home runs. Nothing in 2 to Gabby Leach. Just missed from Monticelli. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Lifted foul. If you tuned in because you heard how incredible Tennessee's pitching staff is, they still are, first of all. LSU's got a great pitching staff as well. Perhaps what Tennessee is telling the NCAA is, we can hit too. As Monticelli misses another.
And something you're seeing across college softball now too, just probably in these past couple seasons, is you're seeing more of a staff. It used to be where you'd have one ace that could go 2 out of the 3 days when you're in a series, sometimes would even come into game number 2 as well. And now you're seeing teams take over and have 4 or 5. I mean, there's even some teams I've covered this year that have 7 pitchers on their staff. That's not normal. I mean, that hasn't been what softball has been. Now we're starting to, you know, hear about people coming in more as a relief. She's more of a closer. I mean, it sounds like baseball.
Full count, 2 out, offering to Gabby Leach is fouled back again. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because hitting has just gotten so good. There's so much technology now. Sure. And I think this is a hitter's game. I mean, look at the offenses, what they're doing across college softball this year. You look at UCLA putting up 20-some runs in an inning, and then you have Oklahoma also. They're probably going to break the home run single-season record as a team this year. I mean, these games, it's a high-scoring game. Already this game, 10-6.
3 home runs from Tennessee today, including one by the batter of the box right now, Gabby Leach, which at the time made it 4-1 LSU. She's still fighting down there.
And Monticelli doing a good job just battling, going right at Gabby Leach here. She's working that inside-outside corner, also that rise.
Lifted foul. Mentioned the win over UCLA when Alana Leach had a homer that day as well. That was actually the last time Tennessee scored 10 runs. Back on February the 14th against 6th-ranked UCLA. Another 3-2 pitch. Lifted high in the air. Edwards loses it. And still, Gabby Leach stays alive.
Oh, those are balls you have to catch. It's in times like that, miscommunication over there by Daniels and Edwards.
And it's been a windy day today, too. Making it even tougher to track. 3-2 pitch, lifted center. Deep! Out of here! The Leach sisters go back-to-back for the Big Orange. It's a family thing. And Tennessee's up 5.
Wow. Back-to-back, giving her sister a chest bump. This pitch on the outside corner by Monticelli. What Gabby Leach did so well here, and I'm saying that's why you have to catch those fly balls. because then a hitter's going to come back and do something like that, a big home run. Gabby Leach kept fouling off that inside pitch. She knows that she doesn't want it, she doesn't like it, so she's going to get that bat around, foul it off, and then on the outside corner, she's able to take advantage, and that's where she loves it, and she drives it.
Alana Leach and Gabby Leach leaving the yard in back-to-back ABs. What a day for Tennessee softball.
Will, did you speak that into existence?
I mean, listen, as a play-by-play broadcaster, we get blamed so often for the announcer jinx. That was the opposite, as there is Mr. Leach. He's got to be the happiest man in Knoxville today.
Oh, absolutely. I know you always have to give the balls back, but I think they should be able to keep those.
Absolutely. Look at those numbers today for the Tennessee Lady Vols. 14 of 29 and 4 long balls. You still hear the chatter in the dugout and the praise for Emma Clark, who is not going to be content. Wants to swing away herself. She does. Lifted softly to right. Maddox McKee under it, makes the catch to win the inning, but not before 3 more Tennessee homers. The Leaches are throwing a party, and it's at the home plate. Alana Leach, Gabby Leach, back-to-back jacks. Tennessee 3 outs away from a series win. It's for LSU, who has done damage to a Tennessee pitching staff. It's been untouchable to start the season. Those numbers are unbelievable. 12 shutouts, including last night's 5-0 win for Tennessee, leads the NCAA. They'd allowed 10 runs coming into this game as Allie Hutchins stands in against Erin Newer. LSU obviously will want to win this game and even the series, but there are positives to take away for the Tigers against an elite Tennessee pitching staff.
I mean, absolutely. This is a team that came in and scored 6 runs against a pitching staff that has just shut down and made hitters look silly. So I like the adjustments that LSU has been able to make today. I thought they've been a lot more patient. When there is a mistake, they take advantage of it. So they have props to them for the adjustments and what they've been able to do today. Also, the off speed. We've seen a couple hard hits with the off speed, even over the fence.
One ball, 2 strikes to Allie Hutchins. 0 for 2 on the day. Stays alive. 8-9-1 for LSU to extend this game. Allie Hutchins, Avery Hodge, and Jayla Lassiter scheduled to hit here. 1-2 from Newer. You know, it's not the way Erin Newer would have seen this game going when she got to the ballpark today, but in her second stint now in this game, what have you liked about the adjustments she's made?
I think she looks a lot more calm. You could tell in that first inning she was looking defeated. And remember, she came into this game when it still was a tight, close game, right? Down by 1, if I'm remembering correctly.
Right.
So she had pressure on her, and I thought she did a good job staying calm and getting the out. She's allowing defense to make plays behind you. You know, sometimes when you come in, you don't have your best stuff, but that was pretty good stuff.
Excellent breaking ball to freeze Allie Hutchins. Strike 3, 1 away.
Yeah, another off speed. Look at the way she throws that. She flips it. It's a flip change. Take a lot of speed off. She keeps her body the same motion as her fastball, and that's why it's tough.
It starts off Avery Hodge with a strike as well. Yeah, how do you teach yourself to do that in letting your body language and the way you move towards the plate look the same for a fastball and for a breaking ball?
Yeah, it's all about just that flip, that she's doing. So she's flipping over that hand. That back of her hand is facing towards the pitcher, and you gotta, sometimes people like to have it deep in their hands, sometimes it's more loose, but she just lets it out and works that wrist.
Well placed to make it 1-2. 2 hits allowed, 4 runs, 3 of them coming on the Macy Bergeron homer in the first. A pair of walks, a pair of strikeouts for Erin Newer in the circle for Tennessee. Slapped left side, tough play for Faw, who makes it look easy. And Tennessee is on the brink of a series win over the LSU Tigers with 2 away.
Oh, she's so smooth. Look, she took a couple steps in when she saw that slap coming, and Faw just quick with that throw. Read the short hop, went to get it, and even on the run makes the throw perfect.
Jayla Lassiter, the last chance for LSU. And a different way of potentially winning for Tennessee against the script we've seen for a lot of the season. 0-2. Here's the pitch. And a little extra from Newer there as it gets away from Morrison. She's laughing about it.
And that's good, because earlier in this game she was not when she had those mistakes. So she's loose out there, feeling better.
1-2 misses low and in. Two. Upstairs, Lassiter works the count full. Left side, Faw to first in time. Top-ranked Tennessee's feeling 22. 22 in a row to start the season. The Lady Vols take the series over LSU, down 4-0 in the first, but 11 runs later, they get the W.
This is a statement win for Tennessee. They came out, struggled, right? Erin Newer in the circle, going down quickly at 4-0, but is able to bounce back and battle. She even came back later in this game, but Maddie Rutan in the circle changed up the momentum. Newer finishing out, but overall this offense, 14 hits as a team. Everyone who started got on base some way, somehow, and you got the back-to-back home runs from the Leach sisters.
Led by those 3 long balls from the Leaches, Tennessee will play for the sweep tomorrow. That does it for us here today. A fun one to watch with you. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern on the SEC Network. Tennessee tries for 3 in a row. For my partner Faith Kane and our entire SEC Network crew, I'm Will Bowling saying good night from Knoxville.